All right, so welcome to another podcast. I thought I was going to start numbering these, but then I forgot to do that, so I don't know what number this one is. But we'll be talking about, this is Ted Schmidt again, we'll be talking about milestone stuff, and with me I have Matt Rechtenwald of the Las Vegas Hustlers and Randy Wiegand of the San Fernando Bears. Welcome, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. Okay, so I thought we'd start off talking about the Hall of Fame results, since you guys did a Hall of Fame pod earlier, and we could just, it's kind of related to milestones and leaderboards and records and stuff, and talk about the guys that got in this year, and what we thought of the results. I don't know. Any quick takes on you guys? Were you happy, pleased, not pleased?
Surprised there was only 5 guys.
Yeah, me too.
That's correct. I know you and I each voted for 17, and Ted, what'd you say you voted for, 19?
19, but admittedly 2 or 3 of them were guys where I was like, I know they're not going to get in. I want more time to think about them, so I wanted to make sure they hit the minimum.
But regardless, that's significantly more than 5.
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, I was pretty overall happy with the new system.
Yes. Ted and I were briefly talking about that before, and we both very much agree with you. Yeah. New system, much better.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. Don't like the fact that Gary Estes didn't make it in the Hall of Fame, but next year.
Estes is one of those guys I have a hard time with because it's tough for me to overcome my Las Vegas bias with him. I have this thing where you're almost like the Yankees, where it's like, do I want to know, is this, is he great because he's on the team, or is he great because he's legitimately great? Right. I'll admit that.
Is Andy Pettit a Hall of Famer? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I think the biggest glaring one to me was Sanchez. I don't know how Antonio Sanchez and his nearly 600 home runs and being one of the dominant, bats in the league for a decade wasn't in.
Which spoiler alert, Recti here. I did one of the things I did for this podcast was a compilation of every player in the history of the Brewster that has reached base 2,500 times, which came out to 203 players. Antonio Sanchez is 20th on that list. He is the highest player not in the Hall of Fame.
That does not surprise me.
No.
He reached base over 4,000 times in his career.
So, yeah, I don't think that's really surprising either. I think he's one of those guys who, again, this is my war diatribe. I really think it's hurting first baseman. And when I start talking about that, I'm like, damn, should I have been voting for Terry Cochran for all those years? I don't know. Maybe I should have.
Yeah, but no.
No,
Cochran is.
He's that edge.
Cochran
He is the edge, right?
List.
Like he's the line that's just barely below what gets in the Hall of Fame, but it has to be somewhere. So
we should start calling it the Cochran line.
Right. Yeah, maybe. That'd be not to be too bad.
I like it.
Although Dixon's not going to be real happy with that. But
no, he's not. He's not.
We've already lost him. He's done. He just quit this.
Using the on base list, Cochran is 30th or 31st all time. The only people ahead of him not in the Hall of Fame are Sanchez, already mentioned, and Martin Felix.
Yeah.
Who should be too, but
you know what? But 5
and Felix
5 isn't so bad, right? Like if we put 5 in this year, and I honestly think some of the guys that didn't get votes this year will get them next year. It's just we had a lot of really elite players, and that makes it tough for the kind of, middling Hall of Famers.
Yep, it's going to be that the natural selection. For some reason, just tons of players retired this last offseason.
Yeah, this was an insane.
It was a purge.
Yeah, no,
which is fine because some of those guys like Estes and Boone were hanging in the minors for 2 or 3 years without even making a team. So it makes sense that they retire.
No, and that actually made for everybody listening. Randy's got a bunch of lists of top 10, top whatever, all time in various categories, and while we were kind of waiting for this to get started, I was trying to guess those, and it would have been a lot easier last year. A lot. I kept going he's retired, now that guy retired, and that guy retired also. Just everybody's.
The lists I have I define they're active leaderboards, and it's active for my definition was anybody who has played a game this year in 2036, or anybody who played a game in 2035 and has not retired yet. Right. Because that leaves a couple guys in free agency, in the minor leagues, etc. And if they met over 2,000 plate appearances for batters, or over 500 innings pitched or 100 saves for pitchers, which is coincidentally the leaderboards for the minimums for team leaderboards individually.
So
that left us with a pool of just shy of 200 batters and just shy of 200 pitchers active.
So we've got we've got some milestones that already happened this year to talk about. A couple pretty big ones, and then some kind of, there's some that's just try to, do I care about or not? And then unfortunately, sometimes the game just doesn't tell us about stuff. And since I wasn't actively making the list, I might have missed some. So if anybody knows something I missed, I think a couple things that happened. One thing that happened pretty early is Fernando Moreno hit home run number 500. So he is the newest member of that club.
And the only active one.
And the only active one. Yeah, he's the active leader right now because a bunch of guys, again, just retired last year. You think he gets to 600? He's 34.
How old is he?
I am going to decline his option next year because I just can't afford to keep him around. I would, the way he's hitting again.
Somebody will pick him up, though.
Yeah, but look what happened before I turned my park into Little League dimensions. He just wasn't the same hitter anymore.
True, but we got quite a few Little League parks in this league.
We do, but who's going to get him? Is someone going to...
You think Stever's going to take the Sandcastle salary and shift it over to Moreno?
I'll try to get him back for cheaper. I don't think he'd pay the Sandcastle salary to him, but he might.
No, but I'm saying he's got that money coming off, and we know Moreno can hit in Huntsville.
I would say no, though, right? I mean, well, I don't know. He'll end this year around 540, so 60 home runs. He'll be 30,
2 years, probably
34 years old.
34. Let's say he gets 4 more years. It's going to be close.
It's all going to depend on where he plays, right? If he's like the 2033 version, that 18 homers and almost 500 plate appearances, he's not going to get there. But
well, if you give him 4 more years, he will. If you assume he ends up around 540 this year,
yeah, he's probably one of those guys that we're sitting here going, it's going to be close, and in 2 or 3 years, we're like, how did we ever think he wouldn't make it? He could retire though. I mean, that's the other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, here's the other question with this is 600 home runs aside, do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
He's already a Hall of Famer.
You think so?
I agree with Recht on this one.
I would hold.
Look at all the stars and widgets next to his picture. I mean,
you know what? He's
a Hall of Famer.
He could be a Hall of Famer alone based upon the fact that he was a round MVP in the playoffs 8 frickin' times.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Like.
I legitimately thought there was a bug in the game.
No, yeah, but
it wasn't.
No, he's just he was awesome for me last year. Like, clutch is not reproducible in real life, but in OTP it is. Like, there are these guys that just do this every freaking time, which is great. It's exciting,
especially if you have one.
I might have 2 of them. The other one might be Esteban Cuerva, who tore it up last year, and we'll see if he keeps doing that. So that was one milestone this year. Somebody who Rex might have some opinions about. Alfredo Martinez also hit home run number 400.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
31.
Not having him anymore.
I guess I've come to grips with it at this point. I really thought he was going to break down, and he has.
I was going to say he has exactly the picture of health.
I mean, it's exactly why I traded him.
Right.
The return I got for him is horrendous, but in retrospect, I would not make that trade again, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Do you think he's the what could have been player of like his generation? Like the one where, because how frustrating was it to have him? Because
very. I mean, it was great some years, but 37 games, 100 games one year, 47 the next. It's
yeah.
The funny thing is, he might be the what if player, and he still might get to 500 home runs.
Right. Well, that's the craziest thing about him is he's one of the best hitters of his generation, and this is probably and he's played the last 6 years really not what he could have been. And even in those years with Rect, correct me if I'm wrong, but even in those early years, 21, 22, 20, 23, he missed most of. He had nagging injuries a lot of the time, didn't he? Wasn't he playing through day-to-day stuff?
Yeah.
And,
all the time.
Yeah.
And shout out to our friend Joe in Vancouver there. Just a reminder that he was a throw-in to a deal. we made, and when I traded for him, he was a 5 contact, 4 power, 6 eye potential.
Oh, poor Joe.
And then he just went ballistic with the bumps.
That's nuts.
That was for I traded Gilberto Pacheco for him.
I remember Gilberto Pacheco.
Yep. And at the time, it looked like a really good deal for Vancouver.
Well,
because the guy I really wanted was the pitcher, Rafael Delgado, and he turned out to be nothing. It's funny how these trades work.
Yeah, well, when I'm doing the grades with Tyler, Randy sometimes does them with me. We know we're wrong. We know that, like, we're just talking about it now, and whenever it finally, you know, you're going to look back and be like, nope, none of that crap matters. Doesn't make a difference. The other one that hit 400 home runs was Tony Franco, who quietly has just had an incredible career for Calgary. I don't
question on Tony Franco. Do we think he gets the 3,000 hits? He's at 25.75.
I don't see it happening because he's 30. He's 36 and he's lumping. I just don't.
Yeah, he's never had more than in the last 10 years he's only had 160 once.
So you figure two more seasons of 150 doesn't get him there. So 3 more seasons. So he'd have to play. Well, maybe 2.5. He'd have to play at his current pace through age 38, 39. I don't see it happening.
Oh, man. Do you guys notice Calgary's playing him at shortstop this year?
Yeah,
They're just wasting one of the best defenders of his position ever.
They're only doing it against left-handed bats, though, right?
Negative. He's only played 1 inning at third base this year.
Who are they playing at third?
Good question.
Susumu Nakanashi, his bat's got to get up in the lineup somewhere, but he is a terrible defender. Is that the reason for the Calgary flop this year? When we're sitting there trying to figure out what's happened to Calgary, is it just bad defense?
Yeah, very well. It could be the defense.
Yeah, I mean, second base is not great. Third base is
probably
not
why
great.
they're trying to trade Rupert Grant, move Nakanashi over to first where he belongs.
Well, except then he's got Francisco Marin that he's got to figure out how to play somewhere. Maybe I don't know.
DH.
Yeah, that's not bad.
He's got Kuriab White in center, which is, I mean, he's okay out there, but then he's got 2 mid-lane corner outfielders.
Soriano got hurt. Soriano should be in center.
That's true. I forgot about Soriano, which is funny because he's all over these leaderboards that I did.
Yeah. All right. So there's most of your big. There's a bunch of guys that hit 300 home runs, but I've decided I don't care about that anymore, just because it's not that big a deal, and I don't want to have this take forever. As far as hits go, Cisco Guerrero got 2,500, which was only. I just can't believe he's been around so freaking long. I don't know. I still think he's 33. I just had kind of forgotten that he has just been here forever. This is his 14th year in the league.
Yeah. Him and Ritter are like the Energizer Bunny.
You know, that's funny. You're killing me. You'll see why in a little bit. We'll circle back to this.
Okay.
And then the only one I saw on the pitching side, I decided to be snarky and yell at the game about because it apparently can't count to 4,000. My guy, Ricardo Diaz, got his 4,000 strikeout earlier this year. And the game said nothing. No news, no anything, because apparently you don't get to have 4,000 strikeouts, so it just didn't even make a mention or notice of it. But
in reality, let's face it, Ricardo's the Brewster leader in strikeouts.
Well, no, I mean, yeah,
yeah, he is.
If you don't count Steve Nebraska.
Oh no.
Yeah. He's really getting hurt on some of the rate-based stuff, though, because he's been not so great the last few years on some of that. He's been serviceable, but, 2 seasons ago, he had a career ERA under 3. So, he was near the top of the leaderboards in career whip and, career opponents OPS and all that stuff, and he's really struggling because the last couple of years he's just been kind of mediocre. Walleye forced him to that 4,000 strikeout, but, that's okay. You get there.
Now the next goal is you got to get him up to 250 wins.
Yeah, 9 more.
Which, the way California's going this year, he might pick that up this year.
I don't.
How is he ever won 20 games?
Because I had all those 80-win teams, man. I've never won 100 games. I just had all those 85 to 92 win teams, and
Yeah, that's true.
And
he won like 17 or 18 every single year.
And early in his career, he just didn't go deep into games like you'd expect. It was really weird. Like despite having 8 control, I think he had 6 stamina most of his career. He threw a lot of pitches to get through 6-7 innings. And don't ever have a pitcher's park. So anybody that thinks that pitcher's parks are good, you're wrong. I've had them in multiple different baseball simulators now. What pitcher's park do, baseball is a game of randomness, right? And so what pitcher's parks do is they narrow the gap between wins and losses. They make you more susceptible to one-run victories. And what you really want to have is you want a park effect that lets your guys show how good they are, not that makes you more susceptible to random outcomes. And so, I think that's part of the other reason he never won 20 games is you pitch as well as you wanted to, but like if you gave up 1 run in California in 2024, that's a loss a third of the time. Like it's just a crap park to have.
Hey, while we're on Diaz, I also want to congratulate him for breaking into the top 10 all-time home runs allowed.
Yep. Well, that's been the bane of his existence the last half of his career. Is he
passing up the immortal Lincoln Hoots and Emil Yost? I'm sure you all.
I remember the GBC Emil Yost. He was actually pretty good. Ned and Emil Yost. But I do not recall the one from this league, which probably predates me by quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. He was one of our GBC guys, wasn't he?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't know he was a Brewster guy, too. It's always fun to find those.
And Cletus Bullrush Jr., too.
Well, let's move on to some of these lists that Randy was nice enough to do. I hardly did any work this time at all. Randy did all the compiling of things. Do you want to start out with hitting or pitching, man?
I figure you want to start with the one that I actually created that's not in the game. That's total times reaching base.
Yeah.
Excluding, it doesn't count hit by pitch because I couldn't find those stats without clicking through each individual player, and that was not happening.
All right, so we're starting out with kind of a high bar.
Walks and hits. There are 203 players with over 2,500 in their career.
Right.
So first of all, Rec, how many active guys do you think have 2,500, knowing that there are 203 in their career all time?
I would say 30.
22.
You beat me. I went low. I was thinking like 20 to 25, and then I ended up guessing 15. So you were closer than I was. But
okay, so
the next
we're doing 2,500.
2,500 walks and hits combined.
Yep.
So now, do you want to take a crack at trying to guess the top 10 active or the top 10 all time?
Well, let him try to get what I did first. Because
all right, so
what Randy pointed out is the top 2 are way ahead of everybody else. And then I got the top 5 without missing a guess, but I got 1 and 2 in an order, and then I got the next 3.
And then you got another one scattered in there.
Yeah.
So you got 6.
Are we talking all time or
this is just
active?
Current, just active?
This is just active. We'll do all time.
We'll do all
time in a bit. And remember, active for the purposes of list is anybody who played this year or last year and is a free agent or in a minor league system. But I will tell you, for the purpose of this list, everybody in the top 10 has played a game in the majors this year.
Okay. Leon Sandcastle.
He is second active, 14th all time.
Juan Escobar.
Third active, 22nd all time.
Eisenhower.
Yeah. Good job.
Fourth
man.
active.
I thought you
fourth active, 32nd all time. He is ironically just 2 plate appearance or 2 on base behind Terry Cochran.
Tony Franco.
He is 13th all time, 120 or 13th active, 120th all time.
Fifth is another long-time Calgary guy, though. You're thinking of the right team. He may not be there anymore.
Give me Cisco Guerrero and Gervasio Ritter.
Cisco is 10th and 90th all time, and Gervasio is 14th and 147th all time.
All right. Gilstrom.
He's way down there. He is 19th active and 182nd all time.
Old Horsehead.
That Brian Clough?
That's the guy.
Yep. He's number
First,
one.
12th all time, and he has a decent chance of cracking the top 10 all time this year.
And that's my answer to anybody who has any sort of an inkling that he's not a Hall of Famer. Because he is.
Yep. Okay, I got three more.
For what it's worth, Brian Clough has reached base over 400 times more often than Juan Escobar.
That's insane. Okay, I got two more off the top of my head. Let's go with Alfredo Salazar.
He is 15th.
And
152nd.
one that most people won't think of, Chris Workman.
He is 8th at 73rd all time. You are missing 5, 6, 7, 9.
And I didn't get all of those. I pulled 5 out of my ass, and it's my proudest random pulled out of my ass.
So you each have 6, because Ted got Cisco.
Okay, Dan Leonard.
There you go.
He is 5th.
Yep. He's the guy nobody thinks
Elroy.
about.
Dan Leonard is 44th all time, by the way.
Elroy.
He is 9th. 79th all time.
And
you'd be freaking good at this.
now there's going to be some weird ones here. I have to think walks.
Not for one of them, you don't.
What's he missing? Just 8th and 10th?
Oh,
He's
Mario
missing.
Soriano.
Yep. He's 7th at 57th all time.
And then
Ted, this is the one you said nobody's going to guess, by the way.
No, I've already forgotten it.
Orlando Medrano.
Nope, he's 12th.
Damn.
Jeez, that's a good
I'm
one.
spent.
I didn't know Orlando Madrono did it.
He's the one who's in the minors.
Fernando Moreno.
Moreno is 11th. 93rd all time.
What about Martinez? He's not in there yet.
No, he's not even at 2,500.
Karlamov.
Yep.
Oh, that is the one.
6th.
Yep.
56th all time.
He's been so mediocre for so long now that it's hard to... you forget that he was incredible for like the first 7 years of his career.
So the top 10. All right, so there's the top 10 active, which the other guys that are over 2,500 on the active list, by the way, Alfredo Salazar is 15th. Roberto Miranda is 16th. Juan Fernandez is 17th. Dusty Rhodes is 18th. Gilstrom, who you named, is 19. Mark Dempsey is 20. Danny Lopez is 21. And Paul Scholes is 22. That is everybody. That is everybody over 2,500.
All right, you ready for some all-time lists? Because I know who the two that are highest are.
All right, well let me hold on. Let me fix my.
That's easy. Everyone should know this.
All right, let's go. Top 10.
Well, I'll give you the first two right away. It's going to be Puckett and Rogelio Morales.
In that order, you're correct. Puckett at 6,095. Morales second at 5,516.
Oh, so Kangos has to be third then, right?
Kangos.
No. Rafael Rodriguez probably.
Rafael is fourth. He is fourth at 5,243.
Oh, big Little Hurt.
Little Hurt is third, 5,314.
So this
Steve
is...
Collins?
Collins is 11th.
So
just in front of Big Head.
Just for a second here, just to give everybody who's listening, hopefully someone's listening a little bit. This isn't in the game. Rect is doing this off the top of his head. Like
this is true.
There's no way to look this up or prepare for this.
Like, man is a machine. What can I say?
so you've got the top 4.
Okay, Paul Barfoot.
5th.
Come on, are you serious?
Ted Sale.
8th.
Hold on.
So Whitley is 15th, just behind Sandcastle.
Okay.
So here the guys you've named so far: Puckett, Morales, Little Hurt, Rafael Rodriguez, Paul Barfoot, Ted Sale.
And I know that Brian Clough is in the top 10.
No, he's
Brian
12th.
Clough is 12th.
He's 12th.
Oh, he's really?
He's good. He's probably going to pass. He's going to pass Collins in the next little bit here. He's only 40 behind him.
All right. Labrie, senior.
Labrie is 8th, or Labrie's 7th.
Roman Empire.
He is 10th.
Incredible.
You got 2 more.
Hold on, I'll get it. Don't worry. Randy Spratt.
No, he's down in 17th.
Sandcastle?
14th.
Okay.
It's probably going to be somebody that walked a lot.
Yeah. Did I say Newhouse?
No, he's 6th.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the other guy, although I don't think you actually guessed him.
Did I mention the other guy?
Yes.
Oh, so it's Bopper.
It's Bopper, who's 9th.
Oh, yeah. Bopper, duh.
Bopper's 9th.
I got one of them, Brecht. I chipped in. I did my little tiny part there. That's
awesome.
That's crazy. I can't believe.
Hey, how amazing is it that Kangos and Puckett are 1-2 in all-time hits, 3 apart from each other, and we're on the same team?
Yeah,
but you want to hear something even more, maybe even crazier? They are 3 hits apart. Puckett has 6,095 times on base. And then Bopper has 4,400 or 4,555. They are 1,550 apart, despite being 3 hits apart.
Puckett has like almost 40 more WAR, if I remember correctly.
All right, so moving next, let's look at we're gonna, since you just
that's the only all-time leaderboard I have, by the way.
We'll look at some other ones as we go through, because we're gonna talk about homers next.
I got hit by pitch right in front of me. If you want it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, buddy.
Wait, did you
guess who's the all-time leader in hit by pitch?
Is that like an in-game thing, or do you know this? How do you know this?
Oh, I know where to find it, and I was not looking up the other stuff because you can't.
No, yeah, that's why that was crazy. There's no way to look that up.
Mario Soriano.
That's funny. This would have made my.
That came up last year when we were talking about him. Not that we knew he was first, but that it looked like he sure as hell got hit a lot. Like, I feel like I've talked to someone about this before.
330 times.
Lord. So that's an in-game thing. That's an in-game skill, too. Like, that's set for, like, they get hit this many times per year. So that is, probably...
Yeah, because I had Albert Goana a couple years ago who got hit a ton.
Someone in here is smart enough that they're tracking these things and signing players based upon it. I am not that person.
JFK Jr. got hit 185 times.
That's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So
why do I not see a split? I don't see a split option.
Am I getting this right? Like, he's played 15 or 16 seasons now? So he's getting hit like nearly 20 times a year?
Yeah, he's getting hit a lot. View,
injury,
expanded stats, hit by pitch. Holy shoot. He's been hit more than 30 times twice in his career. He averages like 20 some.
So it's reports and info list all BBA players?
Yep.
You know what's a shame is
hold on.
We only have injury history going back to like 2031, like in the game. I'm sure you could look it up better another way, but like I'm going to guess this bruised cheekbone in July of 2031 is a hit by pitch. And I'm going to guess this thumb contusion in May of the same year probably is. And this bruised thigh in 2032 is probably also, and bruised wrist. And foot contusion this year. That's probably hit by pitch. Let's talk about some home runs.
That was fun.
This is
active home run leaders.
After Rec just nailed that last one, I need to feel a little bit better. So this is another one we tried to do beforehand, and I got the first 9 without 9 out of 9 out of the active 10 leaders without missing, and then I guess the 11th place guy,
who is one behind 10th place.
Yeah, so I feel good about this one. I think I got you here.
I think you do too, because the
cutoff. Because I told Ted.
Yeah, tell him the lower end cutoff.
379 is 10th place.
Okay. Sandcastle,
Third.
Moreno,
First.
Escobar,
Second.
Eisenhower,
Seventh. So tied for sixth, rather. Tied for sixth.
Ritter, Guerrero.
Ritter is 11th. Guerrero is 10th.
And that's where I was laughing earlier, because when I was trying to figure out number 10, Randy was like, these two guys have had remarkably similar careers.
Yep.
And the
They were
first
like-
thing you said was like, yeah, just like Gervasio Ritter, just Guerrero just keeps on chugging along. It's like, oh.
Yep.
So Ritter's 11, Guerrero's 10.
Alfredo Martinez.
Nope. Or
Yeah.
no, yeah, he's fifth. My fault. He's fifth.
Okay. Franco.
Yep.
Tied for sixth with Boogie.
And how many am I missing?
You're missing 4, 8, and 9.
4.
You're not going to get... I almost screwed up and didn't get 4. That would have been embarrassing.
How am I missing 4? I'm stumped.
All right, so I'll go reverse. 9 is Rupert Grant.
Let's find out. Oh, yeah. Oops.
8 is Mark Dempsey. And 4, Ted.
Chris Vasquez! The worst member of the 400 home run club ever.
Chris Vasquez.
With his 13.3
I never would have gotten that.
career WAR.
13.3.
Hold on. You're not counting Esteban Contreras.
That's because I defined anybody who has played a game in 2035 or 2036. And Contreras last played in the majors in 2034.
Hey, Moreland is right behind there and a lot less games, too.
Yeah,
This is true.
he's one heck of a player. So let's look at the guys that I'm pulling up really quickly here, pulling up the career home run leaderboards. And any of these guys, who's going to get to the 500 out of this group?
I think Escobar's got a good shot.
Yep.
I think
no.
I think Guerrero and Ritter have good shots.
Yep.
Moreland,
Well, Rupert Grant probably.
probably.
Sandcastle,
Dempsey.
almost a definite no, right? Like,
I can't see him sticking around.
he's been incredible to last this long.
Do we think Martinez makes it?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to bet on that injury history?
I think he makes it. He's
I'll
still
bet
so
you
young.
I bet you he makes 550.
Is there anybody on this list that can get to 600?
Martinez could.
He could if he stays
Moreno.
healthy.
We were talking about Moreno earlier.
Yeah. What about the younger
Moreno.
guys? What about the guys that are around 300?
Yes.
Well, Winston's in 322 with 990 games, which is impressive.
Yeah, but he's too old.
That's true.
I can't even move past the first page because look what Mario Murillo's on this list.
Yes, he sure is. 17th all time. Or
He's just
17th active, rather.
he's been clutch since I got him. I love that guy.
He's a guy I've been trying to pick up every couple of years when he's in free agency. I'm like, oh god, right-handed bat, please let me have him for cheap, just so I can have a good cheap right-handed bat. And nope, never.
So I'm
I
going
think
to customize this and throw in age here. And let's see what we got. Boom. Jose Estrada.
Yeah, I think there's
He's
some
on
young
28.
guys like
Etienne Lafitte.
there's some young guys that like really could set
Gilstrom's-
some impressive records, but they've got to hold up.
Gilstrom's only 31, I think, and he's already at 347.
Yeah, but
Moreland should hit 600 easy.
I think Moreland will hit 600.
As long as he doesn't bat 219 for the rest of his career.
No,
I would agree.
there is that little problem.
All right, Rick. What I got pitching and hitting. What category are you looking to do next?
Here, let me get off this screen.
Or here, I'll do the other ones that Ted did
No,
first.
let's stick on hitters for a little bit, just to I mean, we got to still kind of knock out hits and the things we normally talk about in here. So let's just look at oops, sorry.
You want to do WAR, Ted? Because we did. You and I did that one earlier.
Why don't we just do hits and then we'll do WAR?
right.
So
And Ted, you have not done hits yet.
no, we
so
haven't done
this-
hits. So we could do the active hit leaders if Rect and I want to see if we can figure this out.
We can do like I go one, you go one, and see if we can stump each other.
Sure, it sounds
Now,
good.
would you guys like the bottom baseline for this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The number 10 hitter is 2373.
All right. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go.
Fluff.
Second.
Escobar.
First.
Soriano.
Fourth.
Sandcastle.
Third.
Well, this should be easier than this. Dan Leonard.
Fifth.
Eisenhower.
That
Eighth.
was my next guess. Dang it. So we're up to 6. Not bad. 6 for 6. Jeez. I'm an idiot. He's got 2,500 hits. Guerrero. We just said that earlier in the podcast.
Seventh.
Ritter.
13th.
Ha!
Whoa.
2190.
Ugh.
Do you want to go again, or do you want me to go?
Nope, you go.
I've got nothing. So
I got one more guess. I did. I don't. No, I do. Gilstrom.
Nope, he is down in 18th.
that would have been my next one.
Okay.
All right, so
I'm dumb. Now I'm going to go back to the screen and look at it.
sixth place is Tony Franco.
Oh, we should have
yeah.
guessed Franco.
Seventh
boy.
place is Cisco. Eighth is Boogie. Ninth is Elroy.
And then our friend Karlamov.
Karloff.
That's the same people. We should just keep guessing the same people.
Yeah, but Juan Fernandez is 11th.
He's a pretty good hitter, man. Like, he doesn't do anything else, but he puts the bat on the ball. He was a
Speaking of that, Dusty Rhodes is 12th.
Nope. But I think that's where it's a difference. Like, you look at the guys that are old and are around, like, the lower 20, 2,000, 2,300. There's a big difference between that caliber of hitter and the guys that are, like, up around 3,000 or 32 years old and have 2,500 hits. So,
How do you have almost 2,300 hits and only a 16 WAR? That's impressive.
How do you have 440 homers and only have 13 WAR?
Chris Vasquez.
Oh, man. He's asking for an extension. Like, please just retire. Like, stop. Tell me you're going to retire. I'll never let you go anywhere else. But, all right, so not bad there. So who are we looking at that can get to 3,000?
Sandcastle.
Sandcastle and Soriano, right? They're Sandcastle's
Sandcastle will make it this year.
41 away. Soriano could. Now you'd have to get on a tear.
Probably next year.
He'd have to get healthy, too. He's hurt right now.
Yeah. Dan Leonard, 34?
should make it.
I don't know, man.
Oh, that could be pretty tough. He's kind of lumped.
He's hit the lump
Well,
machine.
but he's
yeah.
he's playing in San Antonio, so they'll probably run him out there just because they're struggling for good players.
Yeah, but what?
Okay,
So he's got to get 234 more hits, and that'll
I
take
can
him.
see him doing that in a part-time role. I think he'll make it.
Yeah. Okay.
Cisco will make it.
Boogie's not. Elroy's not.
Franco's not.
Fernandez isn't. Dusty Rhodes should.
Yep. Ritter should.
Miranda's not. Madrano's not.
Steve Dempsey will.
Valentin Cologne's going to be the next guy to 2,500 on base, by the way. He's only 13 away.
Yeah, Cologne's not going to make it to 3,000 now.
Gilstrom should.
And then we're into a bunch of no's.
Well, the only guys who are over 2,000 that we haven't named, Gilstrom should. Workman probably won't, and Danny Lopez won't.
No.
And nobody else is over 2,000 yet.
It's kind of down here where you're looking at Lucas McNeil. Maybe
Guys that are
Gerardo Guzman.
Guys that are way far away at this point still.
Yeah, there's other guys who might get to 3,000. Moreland's got a chance. 29. Well, not really. He's got.
No. Lafitte has a chance.
Lafitte's got a good shot, right? He's 28, and he's got 13. Well, he's only got 13,000 or 1,300.
That's a tough one. Jose Estrada, maybe. David Naburo is well on pace.
Yeah, he's just so young that it's hard to project anything that far out. But
And this guy right here, he's a sneaky little one. Zhu Queen Man.
oh yeah, is he the Gorilla Man?
Yeah.
Is that who he is?
Sweet World could still do it. Sweet World's on pace.
Although keep in mind, when we're at this point, we're so far down that we're
it's
like,
just,
I mean, we're below Ken Jenkins at this point, and well, look what happened to Ken Jenkins.
we're below Boys Altana.
So jumping back to home runs, guys to get to 500. I'm looking at Fernando Cruz.
You should.
27, 190 home runs. Emilio Morales, 26, 185.
Noboru. Marks.
What about my guy? What about Wee?
What is we, like 24, 25?
I think he's 25.
How many's he got now?
He's in the mid hundreds, I think.
Yeah. It's so long with those guys, but we've got a weird gap. Doesn't it feel like that? Like we've got some old guys that are right all over these milestones, and then there's just a big break before there's any amazing players. The amazing guys are all like, I don't know, like 22, 23, 25 now.
Ray Cooper.
The forgotten guy on that Twin Cities offense.
173 dingers at age 26.
Are you kidding me? Ray Cooper? Really?
Oh. Aubrey Anderson has 200 at age 26.
That's surprising.
He's in a bandbox now, so that'll help him.
And then Emilio Morales, he'll be if he keeps it up, he's going there.
Well, the weird thing about Emilio Morales is that, did he just develop late? Because he's kind of old. Yeah,
Well,
he developed a little late. He's 26. I mean, 26 isn't old, but, like, last year was incredible, and he's crushing it this year. But, like,
He was a 7 power as of 3 years ago.
Yeah, so he just kind of filled out late.
We're talking guys for 500, by the way. What about John Mick? 293?
I think no. And
because they changed that ballpark, that might screw him.
I think that's part of it, and I think the other reason no is he's 30, he's right-handed, and as soon as he starts to lose contact, I think his home run rate's really going to plummet.
Hey, can Stelio Cantos get to 200?
No.
Can he get on a major league team?
On a team? I'm so sad. Because that's just one of the best players.
Stelio.
If we want to look at, hold on, let me look at something, because not so much for threatening a milestone, but how about Bertram Hahn resurrecting his life in Jacksonville?
I can see how Joe looked at that contract and looked at the guy's performance and was disgusted. I understand that, but I also think that he was really underselling Bertram Hahn's true talent.
Oh, yeah.
I would not ever pay a DH that kind of money, but
he wouldn't have been complaining if he's putting up this line that he's putting up this year.
No.
So he looks like he could be a shoo-in for the Comeback Player of the Year award.
That we don't do because no one knows.
At this point, we might have
that
is. We do.
Oh, we do it. You're right. We do it. You're right. I didn't try very hard. I'll admit.
At this point, we might just have to rename it the Bertram Hahn Award.
No way. The Bertram Hahn Memorial Lazy Boy Comeback Player of the Year. That'd be awesome.
Although Ollie Crow could have an outside shot at it if he comes back.
Well, that was
till the next time he gets injured.
That was always my question about Comeback Player of the Year thing. Is do you give it to a guy who is just hurt, but you knew they'd probably be good, or do you give it to the guy who was just awful and you don't know why and they got better again?
I looked at both of those when I used to do it myself, and now I encourage everyone else to do that when you vote.
All right, so do we want to move on to...
Speaking of voting, hold on, we're going to get a little... you know what? No, we'll do war first, and then we'll get back to one of my little diatribe I went on earlier, because that's what I do. I yell about things. War? You want to talk about war?
We'll talk about war. This is one that Ted has already done.
And what did I get? I got I think 6 guesses before I screwed up. I believe?
Yeah.
I got 6. Well, no, not before I screwed up. I got 6 of the top 10 before I gave up and said I don't care.
So the cutoff rect for you is 63.7. That is 10th place.
Yep. It's just batters.
This is just batters. I do not have pitcher war because they don't list it on the easy to find word the way I was using.
Okay. Escobar.
Second.
Sandcastle.
First.
Ryan Clough.
Fifth.
Alfredo Martinez.
11th.
Okay.
0.3 behind 10th.
I suck. Um, why is this so hard? We just went through all this.
I know, because it's the same players and you're getting confused. That's the problem I had. One of our favorite guys, who we all believe is a Hall of Famer.
Soriano?
Soriano is 9th.
Eisenhower.
Yep.
4th.
Tony Franco.
Tony Franco is down in 18th place.
Oh, okay, I'm out. What else?
No,
you
you
got?
can't be out. You got. He's one of the best players in the league, and you'd be like, it's astonishing how high he is already.
Gilstrom.
There you go.
3rd.
And the other one was the player I said no one would ever guess last time, because the
And I guessed it.
the second
And who was it?
the second half of his career has been so underwhelming compared to the first.
Oh, Karlamov.
Yep.
He is 7th. So the guys you didn't, the other guys in 6th place is Elroy.
Okay.
8th is Fernando Moreno.
Oh, yeah.
10th is Alfredo Salazar, just
I
ahead
don't
of
think
Alfredo
of
Martinez.
Marino when I think of war.
Yeah, because he's a one-trick. Well, he's a true-trick pony, really. Like he walks and he hits home runs. And that's all he does.
Those are two great tricks, though.
Yeah, they're the two best tricks if you're only going to have two of them.
There's my boys Cisco and Gervasio, 0.4 apart.
Oh, Ted and I had laughs about that earlier.
Yeah, just
It's
there
like
they
a
are.
mirror. Guerrero's got more games. That's the difference.
A lot more games.
Well, it was when we did this last year or last season when I realized just how good of a player Ritter is. Because I feel like when you had those monster offenses a few years back, when you had with like Brewer and
Martinez,
Doc,
nobody
and
paid
Martinez,
attention.
nobody
to Ritter.
exactly. He was like the 4th or 5th guy. He might have been the best player the whole time.
He was pretty close. He was always the second best.
But
I mean,
right. But it seemed
there's
like
nothing wrong with that.
no. It seemed like first would vary. Like it'd be one guy, then a different guy, then Martinez could be hurting somebody else. But there was just Ritter just cranking along.
Yep.
All right, so Ted, what was your diatribe that you had?
So let's see if Rhett can do this. Who is the?
Oh, is this? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Who is the best player, best hitter in the league to never be an All-Star?
And this is sorted by career WAR.
Oh my God.
And it's not somebody old that just accumulated one WAR a year. It's somebody who's legitimately good.
Who's never been an All-Star.
Never been an All-Star.
And Ted and I went through and picked apart some of the other candidates.
And I'm crabby about it. So there's a hint as to what team he's on.
Top 10?
No.
Maybe when it's all said and done.
Page I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, no, it's
They're 36th on the all-time list.
or active list.
Active. 36th on the active list. My apologies.
Well, he might have been. Is it Miranda?
No, we looked. That was one of the guys that we thought.
He's been
but
there
made it
twice.
Medrano?
Nope,
No.
he made it once.
Nope, that was another one that we thought.
I like that you're going the same place when you're trying to find the guys. but-
Santana?
nope, he's made it.
Wow.
All three of these guys are ones that we looked at, by the way.
Cologne's made it.
He's on my team.
There's a reason Ted's.
There's a reason
He's
I'm.
on the older team.
There's a reason Ted's
There's
mad
a reason
about.
I'm irritated about it. I can't blame the voters because he's sucked ass in the first half of every frickin' season. And then he just turns it on and ends up with 4 to 5 WAR.
Oh, it's Workman.
Nope.
No, it's
No.
not.
Workman's made it.
I don't know. Who is it?
Claudio DeFazio, the second base nobody knows about, who's consistently one of the top 4 second basemen in the entire damn game. And
There he is.
just every
He's
year,
never made an All-Star team.
4 to 5
But he
wins.
does. He has a sweet pencil-thin mustache.
He does. It is nice.
Well, and let's put it this way: that streak, unless he gets hurt between now and the All-Star game, that streak.
He's making it this year.
Well, that's the question. If he sucks real bad, do I get to vote the backups this year? Because I just...
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hey, I was supposed to last year, and I didn't.
I'm ending this streak.
Yeah, it's because the game was screwed. I'm gonna do All-Star voting. I'm gonna make a ballot on the forums.
This is partially
So
me.
we're not doing in game.
No, it doesn't let me pick the frickin' subs.
That's fair. Okay.
The this is partially me whining, but he really does legitimately seem to be the best player that's never made an All-Star team. And again, this isn't like me blaming voters. He's not been worthy. It's that problem with the timing of when the All-Star voting happens. But by the end of the year, he should have made it at least once by now. Now, the other fun part is we hadn't looked at this very rigorously, but probably the best pitcher to never make an All-Star team is also on my team.
Who is that?
Well, I only have the same 5 pitchers every year because I don't ever trade any of them.
Despite my best
but
efforts.
30-year-old Luis Gracia and his 40 WAR has never been an All-Star.
Well, DeFazio is the highest rated WAR to never make it. Yep. Wow.
And I would guess that Gracia's 40 is almost assuredly the highest pitcher WAR to never make it. That's...
Whoa. Jose Estrada has only made one All-Star team.
Really?
That's messed up.
Good Lord. Well, there's another one. Was it just 2031?
Yep. Yeah, it's big here.
Is he another, one of those start slowly guys? I wonder if that's... Yeah, I mean, if you look at this year, that might just be what he does is...
Jeez, all these guys... Oh, here's one.
Oh, God. Juan Rodriguez.
He's a turd, though, so I get it. This is kind of fun to look. Ed Curry never made an All-Star team?
He's a DH. But, yeah, he's a really good DH.
Never made an All-Star team.
Well, that might dethrone DeFazio as the best hitter. Although, if you ask me which one I'd rather have, I'd tell you which one I'd take. But that's a pretty...
Look at this. There's one for you right there. Joaquin Camacho.
Catchers
never made an All-Star team.
It's because he's been stuck behind Brewer.
All right.
This is interesting to look at. All right, cool. Back at you.
We've officially gotten to rambling. Let's look at stolen bases, and then maybe we'll wrap up hitter milestones.
All right, so this is another one that we have not done so far.
The annual Mons Raider Drool Fest. Is that what this is?
Mons Raider? Is he on there?
He is second.
He's second. Oh, behind Soriano.
Yes.
And you know who's third? Actually, I don't know this, but I'm going to guess. Claudio DeFazio?
Claudio DeFazio is ninth.
Damn, he's only ninth. Whatever. He's only ninth?
The cutoff, by the way, coincidentally, there are 10 guys over 500.
Yeah, this is going to be the golden era of stolen bases.
Sweet World is 16th.
What?
415.
Steve Dempsey.
He's third.
Yeah. So we've got what? We've got 4 of them?
Alfredo Martinez?
Alfredo is 11th. He's 496.
Does Rutledge steal bases?
Does who?
Norris Rutledge.
He steals a lot, but not enough. He's 15th.
Okay.
Jeez, who steals bases?
A lot of guys.
Oh, Kirschbaum.
No.
No?
20th.
20th? Okay.
399.
Man, I am stumped. Karlamov? No.
Karlamov is...
He got old before he lost his...
Yeah.
Jorge Rodriguez?
Karlamov is 57th, by the way.
Oh, nice. Nice guess.
Jorge Rodriguez?
Jorge Rodriguez is 7th.
Brian Clough.
Well, I do have these numbers for everybody. So Clough is 33rd.
It's obvious how we build our teams, Wrecked. This is not a thing that we're all over.
I'm going back. I'm giving up. Oh, did we not say Sandcastle?
He's not on there, but
he's not in there. Yeah, it's a bunch of guys you would never even think of.
So Gerardo Guzman is 4th. Valentin Colon is 5th. Roberto Miranda is 6th. Holden Blackwell is 8th.
Oh, I forgot about Holden Blackwell. I drafted that guy. Damn it.
You mentioned Rodriguez in 7th, DeFazio in 9th, and Chris Workman is 10th.
Yeah, should have thought of him.
Yeah, because he's a good player.
He was a thing once.
He was a big thing once. He was a big deal. And
remember that time I traded for him and he had the best OBP of his career, and then I traded him to you.
And then he was okay still for a while. I actually got more out of him than I probably thought I did. And then I traded him to Jacksonville. Or do I trade him to Jacksonville or Brooklyn? I think I traded him to Jacksonville, and Jacksonville traded him to Brooklyn. I don't remember.
Yep, I did trade him to you for Tonch.
You did.
That was a dumb trade.
I was furious with Tonch because he could not get his shit together. Like, he should have been.
Yeah, he lasted. What, he last all of about half a season with me?
Yeah, he should have been better. He just couldn't sort his shit out.
He still can't.
No, well, he's kind of old and decrepit now, like us. Except maybe Randy. Randy's young, apparently. Jerk. All right, pitchers. Want to talk some pitchers?
I got a fun one real quick, just to see you guys struggle a little bit. Strikeouts, batter strikeouts, the most.
Chris Vasquez.
He is 6th.
Yes.
This will be some awful players that.
There's a couple Hall of Famers in there.
We can get these. I bet you we can get these because there's people we know that just.
Okay, Eisenhower.
He is 4th.
Yeah, that's a nice pull. Looking at these home run totals because it's going to be people's on this list. No, maybe not. Tony Franco?
18th.
Damn.
You said Vasquez, right?
We did. Although Vasquez does not have 2,000 yet.
Sandcastle has played so damn long. Is he on that list?
Sandcastle is number 1.
Okay. Holy shit, 1?
Moreno.
Really?
Moreno will be up there.
Moreno is 11th. I'll give you one, by the way. Orlando Madrino's 10th.
Oh, yeah, we weren't going to remember him.
He's not in the.
I mean, I'm surprised Rhett guessed him at all earlier. That was
another one who's in the minors right now. Luke Jordan is 8th.
Yeah, I just saw that. Ugh. Oh boy.
Mark Dempsey could be on that list.
Mark Dempsey's 9th.
We're just trying to list old guys that were good enough to play for a long time.
You're missing the second place guy, who's the very definition of that.
Know who it is.
Yes, you do, Rex.
It's Murillo.
Yes, it sure is. He's 5 behind Sandcastle.
Nice. These games are fun.
Karlamov.
Karlamov is 3. So you're missing 5 and 7.
I miss the days of I'm forgetting his name. He was my favorite every year.
Backstrom is 5th.
Damn, nice on Backstrom.
You're not counting Contreras, right?
Nope, because he doesn't meet my definition of active.
Rupert Grant?
Yep.
Nice job, man.
Well done, gentlemen.
That was hard.
No, we got him all.
The only way I would possibly know Mario Murillo is he's on my team.
No.
And, he's a 2-time All-Star. How about that?
Do you have lowest batting average for players with, like, I don't know?
I don't have
at least 7,809 plate appearances.
Here. You ready?
Oh wait, no, wait. What was the thing? What was the thing you were going to ask? I told you to save it till the show. It was something with like a minimum, like 25. Oh, it was that. That was it. It was the
Yes. So only got it. I got it.
So Randy was saying that he was really proud of us as a group, because
there is only one player who, for his career, has more than 2,000 plate appearances that's active either last year or this year, and has negative WAR. One offensive player.
We're not playing crap. We're not playing total useless crap. So now we got to figure out career has 20.
Although I have to look and see, he might be an unsigned free agent right now. Hold on.
Is this someone old or young?
I'm looking right now. Please hold.
It's, again, exciting podcasting. It's thrilling. So everybody wonders who could that terrible be.
I'm fairly certain he's under 30.
What did you say? 2,000 plate appearances?
So
2,000 plate appearances and negative WAR
for his career.
Don't cheat.
Give me. I've got nothing until you give me a team.
I don't know.
All right. Well, hold on. I'm sorting. I'm finding this guy because, like I said, I'm 95% sure he's not actually on a team right now. But I can give you where he played the majority of his plate appearances. Let me see here.
Des Moines. Oh, that's terrible.
Let's see.
Edmonton. It's Des Moines or Edmonton.
Well, I'll tell you, Des Moines is the guy with the lowest 2,000 plate appearances or more.
Who or San Antonio?
He
But
is
he has positive WAR, so
he's a free agent, and he played two. He has two. He actually, the majority of his plate appearances came with, or the plurality rather, came with Long Beach.
Oh my gosh, who the fuck did Long Beach play forever?
He has played professionally for 3 teams in the majors.
What are those?
Long Beach, Boise, and Las Vegas.
Wow. This is all you, Rex. Who is it? What turd did you play?
I have no idea unless it's this guy who I've never even heard of. That is not the guy.
Not that guy.
But
You want me to tell you the name, Rex, and then have
he
4
is,
letters?
but this guy right here, by the way, is the lowest WAR with over 2,000 plate appearances.
When was the last time he played in the major leagues?
Oh, that's right. I don't know. Tell me the guy.
It's Ron Mosley.
Oh,
wow, that's a great one because he should have been like not a terrible player.
He is a human turd.
He's not even a steaming pile of shit. Like he's not a good enough pile of shit to create steam.
Is he the only one?
He is the only one. He's even the only one below 1. Nobody else is even below 1.
Ned Brewer is really close with the plate appearances.
He might be one of the worst players. Like just the biggest disappointments.
The only play. So the bottom 5 are Ron Mosley with negative 0.2, Chris Klein with 1.3, Mike Manning with 1.3, Jorge Sierra with 1.5, and Elijah Curry with 1.7.
All right, you guys ready to guess who the lowest batting average career with more than 2,000 at-bats is?
Ever?
No, currently active.
Crap.
And he plays for Des Moines.
Is it Chong?
Yep.
Yeah, that's got it. Yep. Nice job.
He's a career 185, I think I saw.
I was looking at it because he was in the 180s.
And yet he's such a great defender, and he hits the ball hard and walks a little bit. Like, I'd play him. I would start that guy.
Like, I was thinking about trading for him. Yeah, 187.
His OBP is somewhat decent, though, if I remember.
He has a 9.2 career WAR. He struck out a lot.
Yeah. Well, what's his OBP, though? 316?
His OBP is 316.
I mean, that's not great, but there are definitely plenty of players worse than that.
That's good enough for an absolute vacuum at shortstop.
But, yeah, I mean, you're looking at 33.4 positive zone rating in just a few years.
Yeah, he's pretty incredible.
Then there's Max Hatcher.
That's who I was thinking about. Yeah, he is terrible.
The difference is Max Hatcher doesn't get on base, whereas Chon at least somewhat gets on base.
Yeah.
All right. Closest is Jim Tremblett.
These are all people that we make fun of when they get signed every year.
I love giving Brett shit for Jim Tremblett, even though he hates me for it.
It's like a who's who of me going, why is that guy playing?
Justin kept trying to trade me Tremblett a couple of years ago, and why? I have no use for him.
Well, honestly, I think someone mentioned this earlier, but I think one of the things that happens with a team like Nashville that's been so gutted for talent that, and maybe you're saying Tremblett was with Omaha? Is that what you're?
Yeah, Tremblett was he went the Nico trade.
When they're so gutted, they get to a point where they're coming forward, and like these players to them look reasonable because they're better than the other complete trash they have on their team. But they're not. They're still not any good.
And for the record, Brett admits now, he's told me multiple times that the Tremblett trade was, he's recognized that for a while as being complete terribleness.
Well, again, Brett's been a wonderful sport as I have ripped him apart over and over again.
Well, and how about Nashville's over 500 in June?
Yep.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you had that happen.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It will not continue. They're not good enough.
It's not going to, but even if he falls off, he's still going to win more games. He was projected in the low 60s, high 50s.
He would still end up there. His team's bad enough to lose like 20 in a row. It probably won't happen. He'll probably end up with more than that. And he really has made progress, and the team's rounding into shape. I will point out that Kamade has not been as good.
Well, Kamade was also hurt the first 6 weeks of the year.
Don't care. Even on a rate basis. Leave out total stats. Not been as good as the guy he traded to you, Brantley. It has just been a better player.
Really?
Actually, maybe that's not true anymore. It was like a sim or two ago, but...
Because Lee has not been great for me, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm still happy because he's 22, but he hasn't exactly been lighting the world on fire.
I could be wrong about this now. And if I am, I'm going to edit it out of here so no one ever knows how wrong I was. Hold on. Batting stats 2. Weighted runs created plus is not here because they have different batting stats too. 91. And Nashville Goats lineups. Kamade. Batting stats. Yep. Brantley, better player.
Well, the funny thing with that is Francisco Luna, who's leading the entire league in ERA right now, is the guy I traded with him as a toss-in in the Stromberg-Garcia deal.
Yeah, that will not continue.
Oh, I know it's not, but still, it's like, I mean, at this point...
better than he looks. This is one of those weird things where, like, I think we're all still struggling to recalibrate from the movement reporting.
You know who Luna reminds me of, Ted? Ernie Kinney.
Yep. Well, the thing is we're not seeing... in my mind, I don't know about you guys, I'm still adding one movement to, like, all of these pitchers to get to, like, what I used to think they looked like. And
well, for me, I just, like, I don't mind a 6 anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
don't mind a 5 anymore.
It's mostly that, but when I'm trying to consider, like, lefties play... I was at a point, and I'm not there anymore, but basically, if you give me a lefty starter, I just add 1 to all their ratings.
Yeah.
Brett, because I see you're looking at him. What's Luna's FIP? You can get there quicker than I can.
Yeah, here's the issue right here. He's not going to sustain a 218 BABIP.
No, he's not going to have a low 2 ERA the rest of the year, but...
And his FIP is...
FIP is 4.18.
418.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing... His ERA is less than half his FIP.
That's because the BABIP is so low. It's just luck
awesome.
right now.
Anyway, we've rambled for a while, and we've gotten through most of, kind of the batter stuff and haphazard stance. We'll do a second one of these involving pitching, but thanks, Recton, thanks, Randy, for being here, and I'll see you guys again in a little bit. It's not going to be 5 minutes from now when we start the pitching podcast for Milestones and such. Thanks, guys.